Let's talk about Waylon Jennings and Luckenbach, Texas.
The only two things in life that make it worth living.
All right, enough of that. In 1977, Waylon Jennings released Luckenbach, Texas, and it was a monster hit. You probably already knew that. You probably also knew that songwriters Chips Moman and Bobby Emmons and Waylon had never been to Luckenbach at all when the song was released. Chips Moman and Bobby Emmons had heard about the place from Guy Clark, who had gone there with Jerry Jeff Walker. The cultural relevance of the song hardly faded. 20 years later, a tourist might be in Luckenbach, they'd see a guy with a guitar and they'd ask the inevitable question, "Hey, can you play Luckenbach, Texas?" When it was announced in April 1995 that Willie Nelson's 4th of July picnic was going to come to Luckenbach, Vaillanne Clifton, who was running the place then as Vaillanne Howell, saw the opportunity to get Waylon in Luckenbach, Texas. And for her, it was kind of personal.
I saw him at Austin City Limits after Aquafest. Like 10 o'clock in the morning, he was pale, and he was pissed, and he was hungover. And he said, "I hate this song, and I'm never going to go there." And he sang, "I hate Luckenbach, Texas, I'll never go there till I die." And when I started running Luckenbach, I thought, I'm going to get that son of a bitch there if it's the last thing I do.
However, Waylon was already booked for a show on July 4th of 1995. It would be the next year, the 1996 4th of July picnic, where Luckenbach would finally get their man. Even by picnic standards, the 1996 picnic was hot. There had been a powerful drought in Texas that year, and the blowing dust just made it seem all that much hotter. During the day, Willie's friends came in. Willie was there all day, of course, and his friends showed up, and stars came and went, but no Waylon. Where was he? Well, in the pre-cell phone days, nobody was talking to each other on Twitter or anything like that, and so, the rumors started going just around, word of mouth. One guy came up with the idea that Waylon was ensconced at a restaurant bar in the far side of Fredericksburg, drinking like hell and saying that there's no way he was going to go perform. And that rumor took hold. But it turns out that outlaw bit, well, that was long gone. No Depression co-founder Grant Alden was there at that picnic, and when Waylon's bus finally arrived about 8 p.m., he went in to go interview him. He said Waylon was sober and tired, and a lot more interested in playing with his grandson than he was on getting some hot, dusty stage in Luckenbach. Nonetheless, Waylon took the stage and did a few songs, and including a few with Willie, and was presented the key to the city of Luckenbach, which in Luckenbach's case was a giant church key, a bottle opener. Then he started to walk off. And the sense of disappointment was palpable. Willie knew it. Nancy Coplin, a longtime music authority, told me that she was standing right there on stage and she heard Willie ask his friend, "Hey, aren't you going to do that song that made you about $8 million? And then, adding to the pressure, he turned to the microphone, said to the crowd, "Who wants to hear Luckenbach?" Waylon looked into the darkness. "This is the first time I've ever been here," he told the crowd a little defiantly. "And I still ain't seen Luckenbach." Then he played Luckenbach, Texas, and 10,000 people sang along. And it was a little rough. Wasn't great. But man, it was historic.